With runners in scoring position, this team is currently .036 average wise. Is that just the players aren't hitting the baseball, aren't able to hit the baseball, aren't able to advance the runner, or is that on the manager of this ball club?
I think to some degree it's on all of us. And it's really difficult to determine, what is kind of an approach, what is execution, what is, kind of just reaching your true talent level. I think what we have talked about for the last month or so is the ability to kind of tease out, what your approach is and what you're trying to accomplish before you get to two strikes and what you're trying to do with two strikes. And, situational gameplay is a huge component in scoring runs. And, I do think we're constantly working through what objectives are in different situations. And we have not been efficient in getting runs across the board, especially, our, as you pointed out, our averages with runners in scoring position. And so I think it's time to contemplate some different strategies in terms of being a little bit more aggressive in just trying to get runs across the board, maybe at the expense of the ability to have a big inning, right, and play a little bit more small ball and take advantage of the athleticism that we have. And then, when you zoom out, our offense overall looks okay because we've had a handful of outbursts that's maybe skewing the overall look. So, you could say we're top 10 in terms of runs scored and OPS, but we're not scoring runs in high leverage situations. And as a result, we're not winning enough games.
Is the reason that Roman Anthony isn't here, I know you noted that the situation, he needs to check off all these boxes, but if he comes up and struggles and has some sort of a mental issue with the move to the big leagues, that falls on your lap, whereas if he takes his time and waits a little bit longer, then there's less risk of you feeling heat for rushing him up here. Because I watch this team, I can't imagine that Alex Cora is sitting back saying, take your time, Roman. This team is almost on life support when it comes to the division. It defies logic to most people observing this team that Roman Anthony is not there in Atlanta this weekend.
I think the most direct way to answer that question is the perception or responsibility or accountability that I would feel if Roman struggles is not a factor in making this decision. This isn't about trying to protect me in any way. This is about trying to balance multiple interests, do right by our team and do right by Roman.